William Huston Stuart. And am I right? You were born October 18th, 1908, right?
Right.
All right. And I'm going to be asking you some questions about your life when you were about 10 years old, you know, in grade school, up to maybe 5th or 6th grade or something like that. Just tell me things about your school is what it's going to be about. Start with, tell us what your classroom was like. Tell me, what was the building like?
Well, it was a wood frame building, and I think it's three or four.
Different classrooms, and were there different grades in each classroom?
Yeah.
What grade was in each classroom?
I think it's first, second, and third, and the fourth, fifth, and sixth, and 7, 8, and 9. I think it's 3 classes to the room.
Okay.
And it's 3 rooms.
Okay. Did it stop at 9th grade?
In that particular school, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what were the desks like that you sat in?
Well, I don't remember. It's kind of like a old dining table or something like that.
I remember you told me one time about some kind of wooden desk where the place where you write, where you could fold it up or something.
Yeah, well, that's later on. That's in the 10th, 11th, 12th grade.
Okay, so when you were in grade school, you had like a table?
Yeah.
How many were in your class?
Oh, I think I was 7 or 8.
And how many, were they all in the 4th grade, or some in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, or?
No, they'd be all in the same grade.
Okay, so you meant all that was in your grade was about 8.
Yeah, back then, 7 or 8 was a pretty big class.
Yeah.
There wasn't many people back then.
Yeah. Yeah, what kind of books did y'all use?
Well, we used an old blueback speller. Old, kind of a maroon back reader.
What, can you remember anything about your reader? Like stories in it or anything? I know when I was in grade school, we had a Dick, Jane, and Spot. I don't know, can you remember anything about your reader? No?
I don't remember too much about what was in the old first reader. Well, Jack and Jill was in it.
Yeah.
And Little Thumb.
Okay. That gives us an idea.
Little Thumb eating a Christmas pie.
Yeah.
Stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum.
And said, "What a good boy am I."
Yeah, it is. What a good boy am I.
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Little Jack Horner stood in the corner
Eating his Christmas pie? Was that it?
I don't remember what
No, I think I'm getting that confused with the other one.
he might have had the gum sticking on his nose.
Huh.
Teacher
Huh.
came in and standing in the corner with chewed gum on his nose.
Did teachers do that? What if kids were misbehaving? What'd they do to you?
Oh, they'd make you stand on one leg. When you give out, it would hold up a finger or two fingers or something. And now what do you want now? I want to change legs.
Did they let you change legs?
Yeah, they'd let you change.
But you had to get permission, huh?
You can't stand on this one leg very long without giving out.
Who was your favorite teacher? Do you remember? Did you have a favorite teacher?
Matey Colvin.
Calvin.
Matey Colvin.
Why was she your favorite? What'd she do?
Well, she's the only one that was ahead when we was over at Patchville. She had to be my favorite.
She was the only one you had, huh?
Yeah.
How about that? Did y'all go out to PE? How did y'all do that? Your PE?
Did it go out for what?
Well, we have to go out for PE now. Did you have recess?
Oh yeah, we had recess.
What time did you
30
get?
minutes lunchtime.
What time did you get to school?
8.
8 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you had recess about what time? You have a break?
9, I believe, when they had break.
Was it about 30 minutes? Or 15 minutes?
Something 15.
15.
Then 30 minutes at lunch.
Was that at 12? Lunch?
I don't know, was it 11:45 or 12? And then went back at 12:30. I guess that's what.
Yeah. What time was school over?
4 o'clock.
Really? Well, did y'all get to go outside again that afternoon? Between 12 and 4?
Oh yeah, we got 15 minutes though.
So you got 15 minutes in the morning,
15
lunchtime, and then 15 minutes in the evening. And that was it. Y'all just went outside and played, right? Yeah.
I'd give them an hour off during the day of school.
Yeah.
30 minutes at dinner and then 15 minutes twice.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your lunch that you took to school. What was it like?
Well, it depends on what they fix. Usually ham and egg, or maybe just fried egg sandwich, or a slice of ham and biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
It was good eating too. I'd work on 2 of them. I'd get one with ham in it, one hand, and one with egg in it, the other one, take a bite off of one end and bite off the ham. Eat them together.
How about that? Well, did you have anything else in your lunch? A snack or anything?
Oh yeah, they had a bowl that they could put boiled vegetables, meat and stuff in.
Like beans and things?
Yeah, and canned fruit. And usually always a baked potato.
Oh, really?
Baked sweet potato.
Did you put butter on it or anything, or just eat that baked potato?
He just eats that baked potato.
I bet it was good though.
Reckon. But ain't nothing no better than a big old red yam sweet potato.
Yeah, they're good.
Just by itself, if it's baked good and tender, pull that peeling down part of the way and eat on it down to the peeling and peel some more, just about like you would a banana.
Yeah. Well, tell me, how far was your school from your home? How far was it?
Yeah, it's 7 miles.
Goodness, how'd you get there?
Me and Fanny Bell walked 7 miles to school.
Every morning?
And Annalise, I don't think Annalise started school till we moved to Hermitage, and then we just had to walk a mile.
Okay. How many years did you walk 7 miles to school?
4, about 4 years.
7 miles there and 7 miles back.
Yeah.
How long did it take to walk there?
Oh, back then they didn't take nothing about 7 miles. Nothing to ride unless it's a bitty goat. That kept all them horses and mules bitty in the field.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, there was a few of them that if they sent the kids to school in a horse and buggy.
Yeah.
But most of them was more than 7 miles, something more like 12, 15 miles.
It just seems like you'd have to go a long time to get there. I mean, it doesn't seem like you could be at school at 8 o'clock if you had to walk 7 miles.
Well, there didn't nobody back them days that let daylight catch them without
Being awake.
being awake. They didn't let them catch you in the bed at daylight. You usually had breakfast before daylight. Eat breakfast while lamplight.
Mm-mm. Well, what
Back
kind of...
them days, people at work is from kin to kin.
What kind of chores did you have to do? Did you have to do any before you went to school?
No, we usually taking care of that in the evenings when we come in.
Yeah. What'd you have to do?
Carry and cook wood. Or if it's in the winter time, carrying the firewood.
Did you have to get milk or anything for the cows? Milk the cows?
No, the kids didn't. Our mothers milked the cows after we left.
Oh, okay. Did you have to work in the fields?
Well, when we was off from school,
What months did you go to school?
well, I don't remember now.
It was when they didn't plant. So probably, did you go to school in October?
Yeah.
September?
Well, about half of it in the summer, about half of it in the winter.
About 6 months out of a year, or what? Did you go to school that much?
I think it's 8 months out of the year.
Oh, really? Well, you were a busy
I'm
fellow.
not sure about that.
Yeah. What kind of transportation did your family have?
Horse and buggy.
That was it, huh? Yeah, 'cause you're talking about 1918, 1920, somewhere around there. Do you remember when your family first got a car?
We got the first car when I was about 9 years old.
What model car was
Daddy
it?
bought a 1-ton Ford truck,
What year was it?
1917.
A 1917.
And old bright radiator on.
Was it a new truck?
Yeah.
Brand new truck. Isn't that something?
And I drove it from town home. He didn't know nothing about driving it, and I didn't either. But I made him think I was driving.
Well, I guess if you got away with it.
I got home with it. They showed me quite a lot about it before we left Warren.
Tell me something about like candy. If you went to the store to get candy, what was your favorite kind?
Oh, it's been so long. I used to go for stick candy a lot.
Peppermint?
They didn't have ways of wrapping candy like they have now.
Yeah. How much was
Yeah, peppermint.
how much was candy? The peppermint candy. Do you remember?
How much for it?
How much did it cost? The peppermint candy?
I think it was two for a nickel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's little sticks, about big as your little finger, and about that long.
Yeah. Well, what kind of toys did you have?
What kind of toys?
Uh-huh.
You didn't have none unless you made them.
Tell me about your marbles.
Well, I made the biggest part of mine.
How'd you make them?
Take them out, roll them out of mud.
And harden it would harden. But if you took your mud in your marble and you hit another marble, wouldn't it crack? How'd you make it real hard? It didn't crack?
No, you dry them, roll them out good and put them in a shady place where they dry slow
Oh, okay.
and they wouldn't crack up.
Oh, okay.
And then you can paint them and that seals it off where the water can't get to them.
How about that?
If you don't paint them and they get wet, when you put them in your pocket a little damp,
It gets muddy.
well, they get won't take but a little bit of water to get that mud started coming off, and you wouldn't have no more.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, they put paint to keep them busted so easy.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your marbles. I know
Well, you can buy a sack full of them. A dozen to the sack, I think, for a nickel.
Well, why didn't you buy all yours?
Yeah, but I could do that. I could make a nickel's worth of marbles, and I could use that nickel for something else.
That makes sense. Well, tell me what you called your
There
marbles.
wasn't no money much back then.
I know it. It sounds like it's not much money, but if you didn't have any, it's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot of money.
Yeah, back then you didn't hear no millionaire.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your marbles. I know you told me before you had certain names for your marbles.
Well, the ones that you use in the ring is peat. Call them peat.
Uh-huh.
And the ones that you thump, they call them the toe.
Yeah. How about that?
I don't, T, It wasn't toy. They just said toy.
But they might have meant toy, you think?
It might have.
Yeah.
But they didn't none of them say toy. They just said toy.
Yeah.
That's my toy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But they made them in all different colors. And some of them clear, with just a little few specks in it. Some of them with stripes in them. And the agate, nearly all of them was about the color of that blanket there. Between it and a maroon. A little more of the color of that dress that chest is on.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your clothes you wore.
Clothes that I wore?
Yeah, when you were that age.
Well, and in the summertime, we went barefooted and we wore knee pants. And buttoned right around here, and then you blouse over.
Uh-huh.
Well, the boys back then didn't get no long pants till they was up in the teens.
Yeah. What kind of
Now
shirts?
they put long pants on.
Oh, when they're babies.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of shirts did you wear?
Well, some of them made out of cotton sack. Some of them made out of flour sack.
Which was a cotton. The flour sack was a cotton material.
About all the shirts were made at home.
Yeah. How about your knee pants? Were they made at home too?
No, I think they bought them.
Well, what about school clothes? Did you go shopping for school clothes when you started to school?
Well, we wore practically the same clothes, only they tried to get us new clothes.
Yeah.
For school days, and then off from school we'll work in them.
Yeah.
Then get some new ones.
That's what I was talking about. About how many suits of clothes did you get before you started school?
Well, sometimes 2, 3 suits.
Mhm. That you got shoes then, though, right?
Yeah.
In the fall time.
One is wear them. I was wearing mine. I'd pull mine over up the corner of the field and drop them over in the fence corner. Go to school barefooted.
So you didn't wear shoes at all. You didn't like them until it was really cold, right?
If it was icy, anything like the ground freezing, I'd wear them. But it had to be mighty cold. They caught me at it.
Who caught you?
My daddy caught me. He found them up there in the corner.
Or the field?
Yeah.
What happened?
We was reposting the fence or something, or cutting out fence corners. And he found the shoes up there. Boy, well, I send you out in the morning with a pair of shoes on, I expect you to wear them and have them on when you get back home. I told him, I put them on. When I got back to the field, I get my shoes and put them back on.
Well, what happened after that? Did you hide them anymore?
Huh?
Did you quit hiding your shoes after that?
Well, that might have for a while. I used to pull them off after I got to the schoolhouse.
Then he couldn't find them. Right?
Yeah, the kids wasn't too bad to mess with one another's clothes.
Well, but your daddy couldn't find them anymore, right? When you took them off at school, your daddy didn't find them.
Well, I had to get further away in that fence.
Well, Aunt Annalie didn't tell on you? Aunt Fanny and Aunt Annalie didn't tell on you?
Hey, no better tell.
Oh, goodness. Did you ever ride a
Well,
horse?
they would if I asked them about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever ride horseback?
Oh my God, yes, but not to school. I used to ride horseback when in my teens. I think got my first saddle horse when I was about 11 or 12 years old.
And you rode him everywhere you went, probably, didn't you?
Yeah, unless the truck was going.
That's right. But did you ever go places by yourself without your family? You probably rode your horse then, right?
Yeah, that truck had to be in this, taking better care of that truck than they do the clothes now.
Well, tell me, what did y'all do for fun at home?
When you what?
For fun, just for entertainment. What did y'all do at home? Like your family? Did they get together and do things? You know, in the afternoon now, we all sit down and watch TV. Or on the weekends, we might go to the movie. What did y'all do?
Well, we had a big troller, a record.
A record player. Well, y'all play music? Y'all just listen to it?
Back in days, we didn't know what a TV was.
I know. Did y'all dance or anything, or just listen?
Well, yeah, they all tried to dance.
Did you dance?
Oh, yeah.
Well, did you have friends come over, or was it just your family there?
Well, the closest friends were a mile and a half away.
Did they ever come over, or did you just do that by yourself?
Yeah. And they stayed till after sundown while we'd go halfway with them home. And then if we went over there, stayed till after sundown, they'd come halfway with us.
Well, what was their name?
What was my
Your friend's name, your neighbors.
Well, the Collins and the Pennington. It was about a mile and a half away. And the Outbow was about 2 miles.
Did y'all get together every weekend? Or was it just sometimes?
Oh, just sometimes.
Tell me what was your average meal? What did y'all usually eat at home?
Well, they grow their own meat. Had plenty of that.
You mean they grew their own vegetables?
Huh?
They grew their own vegetables?
Well, they growed all kinds of vegetables.
But the meat,
And they grew their own meat.
Oh,
That's the only thing they had to buy was sugar, flour, coffee.
you're talking about they raised their
No,
meat.
you seldom ever had to buy in lard. They usually rendered out their own lard.
You're talking about with the meat, instead of growing the meat, you're talking about they raised their cattle? And they killed their cattle for their meat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And didn't you tell me one time you had a, what's it called? The curing house? Where you cured your meat?
Smokehouse.
Smokehouse.
That's where they cure the pork.
Yeah. Well, how did that do that in the summer? Could you have meat in the summer?
Well, after it's cured, it'll keep.
Because I wasn't sure how that worked. You didn't have to keep it cold, because I know you didn't have a refrigerator.
No, but they had it screened in where no flies couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
And they'd build them in shady places for it
Keep cool.
to cool all the time.
Well, then most of your meals, did you have meat and vegetables every meal?
Oh, yeah.
Biscuit?
Yeah. Butter, biscuits and butter, syrup, rolled ribbon cane, make ribbon cane syrup. I always had plenty of that kind of stuff.
So you knew how to eat, didn't you?
They eat a whole lot better than they do now, I guarantee you.
Yeah. I bet.
They didn't have nothing else, but they had something to eat.
And it tastes good too, didn't it?
And they didn't have to worry about it running out.
Had plenty of it.
If it did run out, well, some of the neighbors, they could go over there and get some.
Well, that was good. So y'all shared a lot.
Swap them a gallon of syrup for ham or something.
Yeah, that's good.
Swap them a bucket of lard for a bucket of syrup.
What kind of house did you live in then?
Biggest part of them back them days was log houses.
How many rooms?
Well, that depends on how many there was in the family.
Well, when you were about 10 years old, how many rooms was your house?
Well, there's four big rooms with a hallway between it, and a porch and the kitchen. 4 bedrooms and
Was the kitchen out back?
3 bedrooms and the front room, living room, and dining and kitchen room.
Was your kitchen built in with your house?
The kitchen and the dining room is built in together, just a bar between them.
Okay. Because I remember a long time ago, their kitchens were not attached to their houses. You know, a real long time ago.
Oh, yeah, they didn't have running water. They didn't have running water till I think we was 12, 15 years old before they used water out of it. They'd dig wells and get the water supply.
I'm almost through, Granddaddy.
Hmm?
Can you think of anything else that happened when you were young that we might be interested in? Some things that happened maybe that I didn't ask you about?
Well, I don't know. In the fall of the year, I used to build my bird and rabbit trap, and I kept me a dog all the time. I had a big white collie for a long time, the best thing I ever had.
What was his name?
Joe or Sammy. Joe, I believe.
But you trapped.
Huh?
You trapped?
Yeah, I trapped and hit 3 rabbits. I'd twist them out of a holler tree. 3 squirrels.
And
Yeah, I've got a 12 gauge shotgun when I was between 9 and 10 years old.
Is that, where's that shotgun?
Huh?
What happened to that shotgun?
Oh, I traded for a little saddle pony.
Oh, okay.
What they call Choctaw saddle pony. Prettiest thing you ever seen. Glass eye.
How old were you when you did that?
Well, between 10 and 11.
When you got the pony? When you got the pony?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds interesting, Granddaddy. I appreciate it.
I rode him to school some. I had to quit taking him over there. The kids got to where they just kept him busy all the time. He'd give out when time comes for me to ride him home.
They wanted to ride him all day.
Yeah. And then too, some of the directors got to complaining about maybe some of them little ones that get hurt with it.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't hurt one of them intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
But them bigger ones, they'd set them little ones up on top of him and beat him around. Ride him around over that schoolyard. I quit carrying him over there.
Well, Granddaddy, I appreciate all your information.
Well, I hope it does some good.
I know one thing, I find it interesting. I like to know what kind of things you used to do.
It's a heck of a lot of difference in the way that everything was